My name is Luther Blacklock. I'm a master P.G.A professional based in Milton Keynes in England, and I'm in my indoor studio here with my GC2 simulator. Now what you're watching is part of an archive of over 400 golfing videos, and if you'd like to access them, hit the like button and subscribe. That would be great, as we're releasing this video archive for absolutely no charge at all. We're talking, as I stand, it's March 2021, and the hot favourite of tournaments at the moment is Bryson Dechambeau and Lee Westwood. In the Arnold Palmer Bay Hill Classic, the Invitational, they were in the last grouping, and then just at TPC Sawgrass, same thing happened, last grouping, Dechambeau and Westwood. Now, Westwood is 47 years of age, and he's very fit and very strong, but he can't hold a candle to Bryson Dechambeau's power. So how does he make up for that? Well, he hits almost every fairway he aims at, Lee. He's absolutely brilliant, and he's got the experience, he's got a very sound short game. His putting can be a little bit iffy, but on a good day, he's as good as the best. So, how does he keep up with Dechambeau? Well, the first thing is by trying not to. He's got to accept the fact that Dechambeau's hitting it further. So let me just show you Lee Westwood's swing from face on. You can see, and he's absolutely orthodox in that regard. Most of the coaching he's had over his life has been from Pete Cowen, who's the #1 coach in the world really on tour. And when Lee makes the backswing, the shoulder turns initially, and if you look, he's so orthodox at this point. But then he has one little idiosyncrasy, because when he comes into impact, the left arm appears to bend, and therefore this is a shorter distance that he has to drop slightly. So here we go, he turns beautifully, his backswing is absolutely orthodox, but as he comes down, the left arm bends, the radius of the swing shortens, and there's ever such a slight dip through impact, and his elbows and arms seem quite wide. Now the thing is, he's always done it. He spent a lot of time trying not to do it, but it's something he learned at an early age, and it's always stayed with him. So it's a habit that he's ingrained, and it's better to play with it than to fight it. My dear mentor, the late great Alex Hay, said, Luther, if a swing is funky and unusual but it works, we say that's a characteristic. We would only say as coaches that it's a fault if it wasn't working. So for young coaches out there, all coaches really, if somebody comes to you with a really idiosyncratic swing, if they're hitting the shot they want, then leave them to it, I would suggest. Any swing changes would come from changing the shot. Now, why is it that Lee tends to bend the left arm? This is my best guess. I haven't discussed it with him personally, but I have observed him over a couple of decades now. So here's the beautiful orthodox mechanism, but he rips his chest. Now if you just imagine at the top, the left arm, but if you bang that, see how it bends? So I believe that Lee gets to the top superbly, he clears his body, but it has the effect of the left arm bending. Okay, and then that distance is foreshortened. And you'll see in Lee, he looks a bit crunched up as his head drops a little bit and he comes through. So with that idiosyncrasy, he hits spectacular iron shots. Good distance, loads of height, they fall out of the sky like a dead bird. So, I'm just going to hit you a 6-iron, and you're going to see that as Lee turns, this is all perfectly orthodox, but what you'll now see is the body turning, left arm bends, and he comes in. Okay, so I'm going to try and imitate that for you. I'm going to load and then rip my chest to the left. Now I hit quite a nice shot there, and I exaggerated the sensation where the elbows spread. So looking down the line of the camera, rips the chest, left arm bend, head drops a little bit, Lee always looks a little bit crunched up here, comes through on line for a long time, the clubber goes towards the target, but his elbows tend to spread. In the old days, he used to spread the elbows in the backswing a little bit, and he doesn't now, he's very orthodox. But it's a habit that he's never ever really going to change, and why should he? He's the hottest property for any 47-year-old player in the game at the moment. And as we talk now, it's not far from the Masters. I think Lee Westwood is a good bet at Augusta.